The ride-along was an eye-opener for sure, and now we put you in the passenger seat to experience the emergency rush as well on heroin runs.
Adam, are you? 138 Adam.
On any given night, most nights in Kentuckiana, ambulances are on the run. Medical runs.
We are fairly busy 24/7.
Busier days, upwards of 450 runs by Louisville Metro EMS.
We're going over off of Manslick Road.
And the rush. More and more frequently
Possible overdose.
is over heroin.
Just relax, okay?
How much heroin did you do?
Tell them the damn truth will save her.
Considered an epidemic, the spread is happening on bedroom floors.
You overdosed, okay?
A crashed car.
He's going back out.
Even at a city bus stop.
He's clenching down now.
It's everywhere.
It's all over the county. It's all over the state.
It hasn't been in my immediate world, you know.
Brittany Reynolds and Julie Jensen.
It's evolved into this now.
Were accidental heroines.
I don't need a pat on the back.
In a department store parking lot.
I saw her laying here.
They used their medical backgrounds.
I've been a nurse for 26 years.
To keep a woman alive.
Wasn't breathing,
and she was completely blue.
Yeah.
Outside the Coles on Bardstown Road near the Gene Snyder. Again, it can happen anywhere. A car raced into the parking lot as a man bolted into the store screaming for help.
This is a pocket mask.
Total strangers.
Julie was giving breaths.
They worked as a team.
Brittany was doing chest compressions.
The woman
I'm pushing down in the middle of her chest.
Was teetering on the edge of death.
It was opiates.
Until EMS arrived with Naloxone.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Widely known by the brand name, Narcan.
Within a few minutes, you know, she went from lifeless to she's alive.
Not only alive, but actually got up and got out of the ambulance and left.
It's crazy that she can go from one extreme to the other so quick because of Narcan.
Narcan has given addicts a second chance, even third, fourth, and fifth chances.
One of the paramedics had said, "Wait, I know her," and turned to her husband and said, "We resuscitated both of you on Christmas Day, and you're here again."
Often familiar faces.
He's still not breathing on his own, so I'm giving him 2.
In the same situation. Another dose of Narcan.
Oh, she's open her eyes.
Another case of deja vu for EMS.
I know there's one patient that we've made, you know, and the tally was over 20 times in the course of a year, I believe.
And from year to year,
it is frustrating.
The addiction has become much more of a bad habit. According to Metro EMS, overall overdoses they responded to are at an all-time high. The total of 6,879 last year was up nearly 50% from 2015. And that's not counting the 480 overdoses Metro Police themselves responded to in 2016.
It is vitally important that we keep that medication on hand.
Narcan is a proven lifesaver.
Absolutely.
But is it an awakening?
Hey, wake up.
Can Narcan,
We gave you some medicine that only works with opiates.
give addicts a reason to get high again?
It takes up a considerable amount of our resources to respond to these types of calls, yes.
So how much Narcan does Louisville have in its supply room? How much more is that costing the city and therefore you? And what do first responders think of the argument that Narcan helps the addict but not the problem? We'll have those answers coming up after the break. Welcome back. You just went along for the ride to witness the harsh realities of heroin addiction for yourselves. And it's clear many more emergency calls on overdoses would be too late without Narcan. Now you'll see why the city of Louisville needed to boost its supply of Narcan dramatically and therefore spend more public money on the growing addiction.
Have you already given him Narcan?
Nope.
Once lifeless,
I witnessed death today.
brought back to life.
Okay. Calm down, baby.
Oh, goodness.
Naloxone, best known by the brand Narcan, can do that.
Let's get him out.
Pulling out. Let's watch for. We gotta watch for needles.
You got another one? This one's shooting straight out.
A drug to reverse the effects of the drug heroin and other opioids.
And we gave you some medicine that only works with opiates.
Narcan seems almost miraculous. A 2-milligram dose.
Oh, she's opening her eyes.
And soon, the days.
Did you do some heroin this evening?
It was.
Huh? Yeah.
A bizarre image
It can happen anywhere.
to reflect on, like seeing a ghost.
Kind of like a living zombie.
But even scarier is the need.
Some of these patients require multiple doses.
The supply room at Louisville Metro EMS headquarters is stacked with Narcan.
1,000, 1,500, and then 2,800 rounds of Narcan here. We definitely buy more Narcan today than we did 2 years ago.
3,435 doses in 2015, more than doubled in 2016, as overall overdose runs jumped almost 50%. And at $37 to $38 per pop, Metro EMS spent almost $200,000 more for Narcan from year to year. It's clear that Metro EMS has a safe supply of Narcan on hand at all times, but there's an argument that this lifesaver is also an enabler. EMTs and paramedics acknowledge that they're often helping the same addict over and over again.
Some of them we know by name.
And first responders don't always get one shot
He's still not breathing on his own, so I'm giving him 2.
at bringing them back.
We've had patients that required up to 5 and 6 rounds of Narcan.
Even if they circle back around to the same people,
What'd you do with the needle?
it's the job.
She's got 2 in her kit. I think
Okay.
there's 1 left in the bag, but I mean, we got enough to make another 2 at least.
Narcan is a second chance,
And everybody, deserves a second chance.
sometimes
Yeah.
a third, fourth, or fifth.
It's not our job to really judge.
The hope is the next 911 call
There's 2 more now.
is the wake-up call.
Every time that we go out and make one of these calls, we're giving somebody another opportunity to change their life. It's always our recommendation you go and get checked out and turn it around for their sake, but also for their family's sake.
Narcan isn't a cure for addiction,
Sorry.
You're all right.
but maybe it can be a gateway drug
Me and my wife are going through divorce.
Yeah. Having a rough time?
for addicts to finally cross that bridge to recovery.
You keep responding and you keep providing them care.
It's definitely tough to see people laying on the ground, you think they're dead, and then Narcan comes along and whoop, a few minutes later they're back up.
Most shocking thing, I think one person had said has had 20 different instances where Narcan has been used on them. It's touched off a debate. What kind of response have you been getting to the story?
Well, we've been seeing some severe or some strong comments on both sides on Facebook from leave them alone, let the overdose take its course, to how can you be so harsh on this? These are people, we need to save them.
I know, and then on my social media, somebody said 3 strikes, you're out with Narcan. So, boy, it really has touched off quite the debate.
And when you're talking about other people's money to help these people, come out of this state, and they're not taking care of themselves with rehab, that's when people get a little bit more with strong opinions.
No easy answers on this one.
No.
All right, John, thank you so much. Really good job. And want to let you know, to view John's full pieces again or for links to resources for help, head to our website, WHAS11.com.